It's a huge agricultural hub. These are fishing communities along the southern shores of Jamaica, and you see the types of winds, as the Hurricane Center has said, total structural loss.
Amazing.
If you're within the core. Well, coverage of Hurricane Melissa's landfall and then the eventual journey into the Bahamas, it's going to continue after the break. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
To have gold coins in my possession, that hard asset is a insurance, you might say, against the paper dollar. It's not for my insurance, but it's for my daughter's and the grandchildren's insurance. Whereas keeping a lot of cash in your bank account can really almost end up being nothing. You have to keep cash, but you don't have to keep everything in cash, and you don't have to put everything in the stock market, and you don't have to put it all in a bond market. You do a little bit of everything. In fact, I sleep better with gold than I do with the stock market because it's tangible. It's there.
If you've bought gold in the past or would like to learn more about why physical gold should be an important part of your portfolio, pick up the phone and call to receive the complete guide to buying gold, which will provide you with important, never-seen-before facts you should know about making gold, silver, and platinum purchases.
Call now to also receive our new 2025 Global Gold Forecast Special Report. Inside, you'll find the real issues on why you need to start owning gold today. You can also receive a copy of our new report, Protection in the Risk Zone. U.S. Money Reserve can walk you through the 3 simple steps of transferring your existing 401k or IRA into a precious metals IRA backed by physical gold to further protect your assets from market instability. Pick up the phone and call U.S. Money Reserve, America's gold authority, right now to get your free gold kit and IRA information, including the 3 simple steps for transferring your existing 401k, 403b, and traditional IRA. With more than 2 decades in business, over $3 billion in transactions, and more than 1 million clients worldwide, U.S. Money Reserve is one of the most dependable gold distributors in America.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower with a 1-day jacuzzi bath remodel that's safer at a price you can afford. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year.
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Oh.
From soft closed shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style, it's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your 1-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
Call or go online right now. We are waiving all installation costs and offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-384-4402. Call now.
Back here live on Fox Weather, and we're going to keep this camera up for you. This is a live look in St. Elizabeth's Parish. This is on the south coast of Jamaica, the town of Treasure Beach. That beach, it's a known beach, a 6-mile stretch of coral-colored and sometimes black sands, as has been described by the Visitors Bureau out of Jamaica. Local bars, a rich taste of the country's culture, and it is feeling among the most intense portions of Melissa that we have over land as we speak. The latest advisory that we have from the Hurricane Center, this is a Category 5 hurricane. Melissa will be the first Cat 5 to make landfall in the Atlantic Basin in 6 years. We have to go back to Hurricane Dorian, the last time that a Category 5 made landfall. That was in the Bahamas. This is by and far the worst hurricane that Jamaica will ever experience. Those winds, it's the persistence of those winds. The winds that are capable of producing what would be like an EF4, even an EF5 tornado. And the bottom left part of the screen, You're looking at where that camera is, circling Treasure Beach. So that's the perspective. It really is, as you're looking at the eye, as it's beginning to move ashore, even just the faintest sliver of the eye beginning to move ashore, but it's still wanting to essentially hug the Jamaican coastline. It will soon, here within the next hour or two, make that landfall. But the most intense part right now being felt from Black River all the way down to Treasure Beach. For perspective, a little farther to the east, well east of there, you'd eventually get in to Kingston. But from this vantage point, as we're going to continue to keep watch of it, visibility continues to drop. That rain essentially moving sideways. What a mess, a ferocious storm. We also want to go up to St. Anne's Parish. Now that's on the north coast, so that's removed, but St. Anne's Bay is within the cone. And it's possible that later this afternoon, we will feel those impacts. We want to bring in Fox Weather correspondent Robert Ray as he's been watching this. Robert, I don't know if you...
Life's an adventure, and the 2025 Honda Ridgeline is built for all of it. Whether it's tackling rugged trails with standard all-wheel drive and a towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds, or heading out on a weekend getaway with its upscale interior loaded with advanced tech and safety features, the innovative and versatile Honda Ridgeline seamlessly blends capability and comfort. Test drive your new Honda Ridgeline today.
Time we spoke, an hour ago, less than an hour ago, it was an absolute downpour, but winds are kicking up as those outer bands move through here, and trying to give you guys some different looks. But we fully expect when this system makes its way up here, which we should start feeling significant impacts in the 1 o'clock hour, is what our prediction is, that we're going to start to see the degradation here. But honestly, Stephen, I cannot even fathom what is happening down to the southwest on Treasure Beach and some of those other areas, the breadbasket of Jamaica. And remarkable and unsurvivable, likely.
You, Robert, from the perspective of the rain, we had Brian Norcross on. He's going to be with us throughout the afternoon. Describing the characteristic, the nature of the system, it's more annular. It's more like a disc. We often associate hurricanes with these rain bands that spiral in, and certainly we've seen those with Melissa. But in this case, and maybe you can speak to it, the rain has been persistent. And if anything, it's just going to grow more and more intense. We're not looking at so much these bands as much as this is just a solid shield of rain that continues to move over the island, and it's only going to grow more intense as the winds pick up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what we're going to feel. I mean, we've had the ebb and flow of rain and breezy conditions, at least here in north central Jamaica, throughout the day, and it even began last night. But as soon as this landfall occurs and it begins to make its way on that predicted northeasterly track up into the Montego area and where we're about 50 miles away from Montego Bay. Yeah, we expect consistent downpours, and as predicted, maybe upwards to 3 feet plus in some areas, and that's just gonna, you're gonna have water that is just rushing down the road that I'm on right now. Any slight decline is gonna have that. And as a matter of fact, the camera cannot move out of his position. Pete can't move out of the garage that he's in right now for protection. But I mean, Stephen, I'm looking actually on the upslope of this road right now, and water going into a sewer, just draining down into the sewer, doing a fine job right now. But I don't think that's going to be the case as the deterioration of the atmosphere continues after this landfall here, and particularly where we're at. And a quarter mile down this road is the Caribbean Sea, and up and down the stretch that leads into Montego Bay, full of restaurants and businesses and homes and structures. And I have to think that there's just going to be a lot of destruction from the wind field, and clearly the flooding is a major issue, the flooding that is on the way for the entire island.
Where we see the most intense winds, there's no doubt that those trees could be uprooted from the ground. They could certainly snap in half. I know you've been reported on the power outages, Robert, throughout Jamaica. Wondering what you would make and what could make of what you've seen in Jamaica, because when you talk about storm preps, it is twofold, because you've got flooding, you've also got the wind, and people will board up their homes because of the wind. And we've made a lot of this landfall that we're going to see on the south coast, but it's very well possible that we could have a Cat 5 go through Jamaica, not just at the shore. So that would include up in St. Anne's Bay, people boarded up, fortified for that wind.
Right. The resorts are. That is a given. The resorts are boarded up, and they've taken really big precautions. Like the neighborhood we're in, I mean, I have to be honest with you. There's no boards on windows that I'm seeing. People have put tape on there in case there's a blowout, but I just don't know if that's going to do the trick as far as what you just said. And isn't it remarkable that indeed we could have a hurricane that crosses 60, 70 miles inland here across the entirety of Jamaica, and it could still be a Cat 5 as it exits the island. And then you've got the backside. This is going to go on obviously all day today, but we're going to be feeling effects into tomorrow morning as well.
We've seen the speed of Hurricane Melissa increase too. It's gone up from, it was 5 miles an hour this morning to 7, now 9. It's certainly feeling the tug of the steering. In fact, when we look at how this thing has been born and grown in the Caribbean, this is the fastest movement that we've had out of Hurricane Melissa now. But what's remarkable, and we've been showing the enhanced satellite from space, Robert, this thing's still intact, and this one could very well go down as one of the strongest or the strongest hurricanes to make landfall, certainly in this generation. But we have to go back to 1935. Before we let you go, because we've only got a couple of minutes left, from your perspective, this thing's going to move in later this afternoon. From your vantage point, you can see the ocean. What are you guys anticipating?
Well, I can tell you, we're anticipating full power outage. We are anticipating losing communication on mobile service. Last update an hour ago from officials was that 25% of the island was out of cell phone coverage, and over 35% was already out of power, and that is before landfall. That's pretty amazing. And, indeed, we're up on the hill here. So about a quarter mile is the Caribbean Sea. So we are anticipating the structure that we're in, which is well built and fortified to hold up. Having said that, we are getting water from the rain that we've gotten this morning leaking through roofs and windows and ceilings and starting to come down into our first floor, leaking down on the stairs. It's not a rush of water, but it is water. So that is going to be dangerous inside this house. And we're going to hunker down here and cover it. And the second we can leave this compound, we will go out into the streets and try to capture, if we can drive. You just don't know what the debris field's going to be.
It's true. Going to go down to hill pretty quick. Okay, Robert Ray in St. Anne's Bay up in Jamaica. Robert, we appreciate the report. He's going to continue with us throughout the afternoon. You'll want to keep it here with the season marked with now 3 Category 5 hurricanes. The strongest is about to make landfall in Jamaica. Our coverage continues here on Fox Weather. We leave you with a live shot of Treasure Beach, Jamaica.
I'm Brian Norcross with a Hurricane HQ Minute on the question, where is the hurricane capital of the U.S.? There is no official definition of hurricane capital, of course. Eastern North Carolina has more tracks near it than any place else on the U.S. coast. But if you're talking about direct hits, you're talking about Miami. Look at the historic storm tracks. 2 hurricanes took essentially the same path in 1906, right over downtown. Then the giant eye of the Great Miami Hurricane of 1926 passed over the city. Then a freak hurricane in November of 1935 came from Bermuda. An October storm in 1948 came over downtown. Then Hurricane King from the south came just 2 years later in 1950. And finally, Hurricane Cleo in 1964. 7 hurricanes in 7 decades came over downtown Miami. You might be surprised that Hurricane Andrew is not included in the list, but its center passed about 20 miles to the south of downtown, damaging or destroying well over 100,000 homes and businesses. And we don't include the great Labor Day hurricane of 1935 that swept away Isla Morada and the surrounding part of the Florida Keys. and the railroad that connected Key West to Miami. This map from the National Hurricane Center shows the historical hurricane hotspots. Look for the red dots. Besides South Florida, there's near New Orleans and the North Carolina coast. The numbers on that map indicate the average number of years between times that historical hurricanes have come within 60 miles of each of those locations. But you probably noticed that every place from Texas to New England has a hurricane history. Fox Weather has you covered this hurricane season. Find out how to stream us free at foxweather.tv.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. And if you have both Medicare and Medicaid, I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. These plans have a $0 monthly plan premium. Most plans include the Humana Healthy Options Allowance. Get over $1,000 a year. That's $85 a month to help pay for covered over-the-counter items, like vitamins, pain relievers, first aid supplies, and more. The Healthy Options Allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Call today to learn about all the items covered. You could have $0 copays on hundreds of prescriptions all year long, including select brand name drugs. All plans have $0 copays for covered preventive dental services, which include 2 free cleanings a year, as well as coverage towards fillings. They also have vision coverage, including vision exams and a yearly allowance towards eyewear, such as lenses or contacts. And hearing coverage, which includes routine hearing exams and coverage towards hearing aids. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now to speak with a licensed Humana sales agent. Wouldn't you love benefits like a monthly allowance to help pay for covered over-the-counter items? So if you have Medicare and Medicaid, call the number on your screen now and speak with a licensed Humana sales agent. If you're eligible, they can even help enroll you over the phone in a Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. And remember, annual enrollment ends on December 7th. So call now. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
They say time is money. What if you had more of it? Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making cinnamon rolls, filing taxes to relaxing, compliance regulations to family celebrations. The other guys charge per payroll run. They might even charge you to switch. Not us. Gusto saves you money and time, the one thing you can't earn more of. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. Get started for free.
As we are approaching the top of the hour here, you are taking a live look over Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa is inching closer to making.
You know, it's really scary because this is still.
As we are approaching the top of the hour here, you are taking a live look over Jamaica.
Alright guys, that's Kingston. The sea's rising. And down in Montego Bay you can see the sea. Right, so I guess the eyes are about to hit Black River right now, so
The Collectorama Cone Show in Lakeland, Florida. Cool coins and collectibles.
It's not just a coin and currency show, although that's the main focus of the show, but we also invite our dealers to bring any kind of neat collectibles.
Trips per day, opening late at nights and working around the clock.